Sir, we are going live. Okay, sir.
Rebecca, you can start.
I'll start, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good afternoon to all of you. I warmly welcome you all for this national webinar on ornamental fish breeding and culture, organized by PG and Research Department of Advanced Zoology and Biotechnology, Guru Nanak College. Now I request our beloved principal, Dr. M.G. Raghunathan, sir, to address the gathering and welcome the participants. Sir, please.
Esteemed resource person of the day, Dr. Felix, Directorate of Incubation and Vocational Training in Aquaculture, Multicolor, Chennai. My dear colleagues, organizing secretaries of this program, Dr. Venu, Mr. Senthil Vairavan, and my dear beloved Dean Research and Head of the Department of PG and Research Department of Zoology, Dr. JAYANTHI, host of this program, Miss Rebecca, and all my colleagues and the participants who are all participating in this webinar. A hearty welcome to you. My special welcome to Dr. Felix. Sir, I have heard long back to many times of your name through Dr. Anand and my dear colleague, Dr. JAYANTHI, but this is the first time I am seeing you, sir. I am very much happy in welcoming you to this Guru Nanak College. Guru Nanak College is also doing some work on aquaculture, and we are very happy in collaborating with you, not only in webinar, but also practically wet lab also we can please support us so that we can have a wonderful wet lab. Guru Nanak College, we have a very good team of dynamic, enthusiastic youngsters who are working on aquaculture, and so that along with you, this Guru Nanak College aquaculture team also will flourish. And with this few requests, I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir, for this wonderful webinar, and thanks for accepting our invitation. Guru Nanak College takes the pride in welcoming you, sir. And my best wishes to the Department of PG and Research Department of Zoology, especially Dr. JAYANTHI, a well-known personality through webinars. She has reached throughout the country, not only through country, to the international other countries also. Whenever I go there, sir, they appreciate Guru Nanak College, PG and Research Department of Zoology is doing wonderful webinars on aquaculture, in promotion of aquaculture also. In that way, I congratulate the dynamic headship of Dr. JAYANTHI and the two pillars, supporting pillars, Mr. Senthil Vairavan and Mr. Venu, for bringing eminent personalities like you. I am very happy, sir. Once again, I heartily welcome to you and my best wishes to the team. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity given. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Mr. V. Senthil Vairavan, Assistant Professor from PG and Research Department of Advanced Zoology and Biotechnology, to introduce the resource person of the day. So please.
So I take this wonderful opportunity to introduce today's resource person, Dr. N. Felix, Directorate of Incubation and Vocational Training in Aquaculture, Multicolor, Chennai. He took his master's and doctorate in fishery science, and his areas of expertise are aquaculture, fish nutrition, and feed technology. He has held various positions like Professor and Head, Chief Executive Officer in charge, Director in charge, and also Dean in charge for about 5 years in FREC, Madavaram. Dr. Felix has published 114 research papers, written 4 books, and completed 11 research projects and 15 infrastructure development projects with a total budget of around 17 crores. He has received several international travel grants, fellowships, and awards like TNJFU Appreciation Award, Best Paper Award, Best Researcher Award, Best Teacher Award, NAIP International Training Fellowship, Young Scientist Fellowship from TNSCST, ICAR Junior Fellowship, and so on. Dr. Felix has developed new technologies and products like economic excluded feeds for TNJFU, poultry byproduct meal as feed ingredient for gift, pond culture of cobia fishes for ICAR, sea cage culture of cobia fishes, feeding protocol for developing broodstock for ICAR, cobia value-added products, herbal product for the production of disease-resistant ornamental fishes for Tanvas. He has also created many facilities in various centers like fish feed mill and feed lab in Multicolor, fish cage culture unit in Punti Reservoir, outdoor and indoor aquarium units in Madavaram, marine cage culture unit in Tharuvaikulam, broodstock, nursery rearing recirculation units in Tharuvaikulam, ornamental fish culture unit integrated fish culture units in Kattupakam. Some of his significant contribution includes he has introduced cobia as a candidate species for aquaculture in India along with Siba and CMFRI. Introduced all protein feed for tilapia in university centers. Introduced low-cost feed for Chengalpattu farmers along with the fisheries department. Established one directorate in Muttukadu. Is responsible for starting of composite fish culture and ornamental fish culture for around 50 trainees. And he has introduced diploma and Bachelor of Vocational Industrial Aquaculture courses. So with no further ado, I welcome Dr. N. Felix to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, please.
Yes, sir, now you can share your presentation.
Sure.
Please share your screen, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon to everybody. Thanks to Guru Nanak College for this opportunity. And straight away, I am going to the presentation. The title of the presentation is Ornamental Fish Breeding and Culture. And as you all know that photography is the first hobby in the world, and second most popular hobby is aquarium keeping. There are about 100 million hobbyists in the world, and this activity is practiced in 125 countries, and the global trade for this ornamental fisheries is $18 to 20 million, and over 2,500 fish species are available for ornamental fisheries. And this India's share to global ornamental fish export is only 0.4%, and top export country is Singapore and top import country is USA. And here, when you see the Indian scenario, here you can see that we have both freshwater and marine in Indian ornamental fish trade. But as far as freshwater is concerned, 90% are cultured fishes and 10% is wild collected fishes. And as far as marine ornamental fishes are concerned, 90% are wild collected and 10% are from cultured system. And the total domestic ornamental fish trade in India is about 500 crores, and we have export trade of rupees 8.4 crores, and the percentage growth of this ornamental fish trade in India is growing 11.6%. And as far as ornamental fish export is concerned in India, the Chennai tops the list of 38.18% from Chennai, and followed by Kolkata 18.78%, and followed by Maharashtra and Kerala, that is 14.34% and 14.14% respectively. So why should we go for ornamental fish breeding and culture? Because there is a hobby. That is, aquarium keeping is a hobby, and it is practiced worldwide and second most popular one. And what are all the benefits? Why we should go for aquarium keeping is, it gives pleasure not only to the young people and also old people. So when people are happy seeing the aquarium fishes and their mind is relaxed. So when the mind is relaxed, they don't feel pressure or depression or anything. So their blood pressure level become normal, and it is possible to prevent the heart-related diseases. When a person don't have diseases, heart-related diseases, or when his mind is relaxed, it increases lifespan. So these are all some of the benefits of aquarium keeping. And what is the benefit of aquarium keeping as hobby for children? So children, this is scientifically proven that children get knowledge, both maths and science. So how it is possible? When a children is counting the number of the fishes available in the aquarium tanks, he is able to get some knowledge on the maths. And when he sees the behavior of the fishes and color of the fishes, it gives knowledge about science. And also another important thing is, it gives sense of attachment with nature. When children are seeing the fishes, they have some attachment, and this will give a affectionate behavior for these children. And also when this aquarium keeping, when the particular person is going on keeping the aquarium aquarium as a hobby, he will get the interest to why not we start ornamental fish breeding and culture, so that it creates self-employment. And though it is not scientifically proven, it is believed to bring luck, wealth, and prosperity. So these are all the benefits of aquarium keeping as hobby. And going to the that is subject, these are ornamental fishes. There are two types of ornamental fishes. We can classify into two categories. One is oviparous. So oviparous is called as egg layers. So what is happening is, here the female lays the eggs and the fertilization is taking place in the water. That is called external fertilization. So these are called egg layers. And another category is viviparous, that is commonly called as live bearers. So what they are doing is, these type of fishes, it is like human, it is like some of the animals. That is, fertilization is internal. Internally fertilization takes place, and directly the young ones, the fry, are released. Here there is no external fertilization. Directly young ones are released. But in the case of egg layers, eggs are released in the water, and in the water only, because of joining of sperm or milk and egg, the young ones are produced. And in this case of egg layers, they can be further classified into 5 categories. One is egg scatterers. For example, goldfish, koi carp. So what is here? The egg scatterer is nothing but they scatter the eggs. When the female and male mature, when we are keeping in aquarium tank or cement tank, what will happen is the females start scattering the eggs. They release the eggs. Sometimes the scattered eggs are adhesive, or maybe non-adhesive or semi-adhesive. And another important egg layer is nest builders. You might be seeing that the birds are building nest. So similarly, in the case of fishes also, some of the fishes like fighter, gaurami, they also build nest. So where they build nest? They build nest on the surface of the water. So what is nest? Here it is nothing but air bubbles. And then third category is egg depositors. For example, angel and discus. So what here, when we go to the bank, what we are doing, we are just depositing the money. Similarly, here also, these type of fishes, when they get matured during breeding season, what happen is, here these fishes are deposits the eggs on some of the substratum. It may be stones, it may be rocks, it may be caves. And fourth one is mouth brooders. For example, here is Arowana peacock cichlids. So here mouth brooders. So what it is here, all these young ones are kept in the mouth, and after some period of time they release the young ones into the water. So that's why it is called mouth brooders. And the fifth one is egg barriers. Typical example is killifish. So what is egg barriers? These type of fishes bury the eggs inside the mud. So why it is doing so? This is happening because you might be seeing that there are perennial rivers, perennial lakes. Similarly, you are seeing seasonal lakes and seasonal reservoirs. In seasonal reservoirs and seasonal lakes, what is happening is, during summer, water is dry, there is no water. But in the case of winter season, it is filled with rainwater. So during summer, what is happening is, to keep on the generation, these killifishes, when the particular reservoir or lake is approaching drying season, these will release the eggs, and these eggs are buried inside the mud. When monsoon season comes, when water comes, these buried eggs, they are keeping dormant stage. When water is coming, these eggs, young ones, are released from the eggs. So these are all the 5 categories under egg layers. So first we will discuss about live bearers. So live bearers, the breeding and culture of live bearers is very easy. Any startup ornamental fish breeder can go to live bearing ornamental fish breeding and culture. They are very small sized fish, very suitable for any type of aquarium. Even one person can keep very small aquarium. These fishes are very small. We can go for small aquarium. and they can go swim as a group, sociable. They will not fight, but of course they fight only during the mating season. But normally they won't fight. They are very peaceful, and also another important point is very hardy. Even we can have it in a hard water, hardness, that the water having hardness of 100 and 150 ppm, we can have it, these type of fishes. It can survive any hard or alkaline waters, and they are grazers. That means they always pick up the plants available in the aquarium tank. So what is, when we want to keep live bearers in the aquarium, we should not keep the plants. And they are prolific breeders, very easy to breed, continuous breeders. Only during winter season for 1 or 2 months it will not breed. Otherwise it continues to breed throughout the year. So these are some of the live bearers. There are 4 important live bearers, ornamental fishes. One is Guppy, another one is swordtail, third one is platy, and fourth one is mollies. So in guppies there are different types of variants. It all developed by the man. So to make the fishes attractive. So this first one is lace tail. Here you can see the tail is lace in shape. That's why it is called lace tail guppy. And another one is multicolor mosaic delta male guppy. Here you can see the tail. The tail is multicolored. That's why it is called multicolored guppy. And this one is half black blue delta male guppy. You can see it is half black and half blue. That's why it is called. Then this one is albino gold female. This is a little light gold in color. That's why it is called albino. Then platinum sunset. Here you can see the color when sun is setting. That type of color is here. That's why it is called platinum sunset. Then golden snakeskin. This is snake color, skin color. That's why it is called golden snakeskin male guppy. And then red delta male guppy. You can see the color red. And this is about some of the variants. I have given some of the variants. There are a lot of variants in each and every fishes. I have given some examples. Then another category of live bearers, molly. Here you see sail fin molly. The dorsal fin is sail-like. That's why it is called sail fin silver molly. It is color is silver in color. That's why it is called sail fin silver molly. This is black molly. You can black color. And the top one is orange molly, and the bottom one is black balloon molly. It's like balloon-like structure. That's why it is called black balloon molly. Then this is silver balloon molly. The balloon-like structure is there. You can see. And sail fin molly again. This is a different color. The dorsal fin is sail-like. And next fish is swordtail. Here you can see the red swordtail. The swordtail, the male is very much attractive. Mostly in ornamental fishes, all the males are attractive than females. Here you can see the sword only in the case of male, not in the case of female. Female, there is no sword. That sword is nothing but the tail region. You can see the bottom is rod-like or sword-like. That's why it is called sword tail. This is red and white swordtail male. You can see both colors. And then sunset swordtail, I have already told. Then high fin lyre tail marigold female. It is marigold flower color. That's why it is called marigold female. High fin is dorsal fin is long, and lyre tail, you can see the tail. Then another category, the last one is platy. This is red platy, and this is orange platy. This is high fin because the dorsal fin is long, large. And these are all about some of the variants of the live bearers. And what are all the optimum water quality parameters to be maintained for the live bearing ornamental fish breeding and culture is the pH should be between 7 and 8. Hardness should be 100 to 150 ppm, and temperature is normal 27 to 29 degree centigrade. So when it matures? Usually these live bearers are maturing early stage. That is, even within 4 to 6 months they attain maturity. However, in some cases of guppy and platy, even it will mature within 2 months period of time. When they grow, when they start from young ones to reach the maturity stage, even within 2 months it matured. And how to identify the male and female in the case of live bearers? This is first character is size, small size. Males are very smaller, females are very large. And color is brightly colored and attractive. So males are brightly colored and attractive, and females are dull in color. You can see the top picture, the first one. You can see the anal fin is rod-like structure. You can see the rod-like structure of the anal fin. And this is the typical organ which is present in the male, and in the case of female, only anal fin is in normal shape. Then comes the breeding. So how to do the breeding? So whenever we do the breeding for any type of ornamental fishes, we should go for conditioning. What is conditioning? We have to bring all the parents, that is both male and female parents, into physiologically and psychologically in a breeding condition. They should feel, the male and female should feel that they are going to breed. So that type of condition should be created in the aquarium tank or any cement tanks. So normally in the case of live bearing ornamental fishes for breeding tank, any type of, even we can go for glass tank, we can go for cement tanks, we can go for FRP tanks. But the thing is, the tanks, we should have aquatic plants. Why should we have aquatic plants? When the female releases the young ones, it should hide in the environment. For example, in the case of live bearers, it will, once they release the young ones, they start eating the young ones. That's why these aquatic plants, or if you don't have any aquatic plants, you can go for banana leaves. These banana leaves can also be kept on the surface of the water, so that these young ones, when the young ones are released, they will hide on the banana leaves. Sometimes in some cases they go for breeding trap. What is breeding trap? A small tank within a big tank. In this small tank, what normally do is the pregnant female fish will be kept inside. It is like in the bottom there is a mesh screen, there is a slits, there is an opening. So when the female releases the young ones, what is happening is all these young ones are coming through the mesh screen and it goes to the big tank, so that these female cannot eat the small ones. So this is another technique in which you can avoid eating of the female fish. Then in an aquarium tank for breeding, in which ratio we should go for? What is the male fish we should keep? What are all the numbers of females should be kept? 1:4. For example, the male should be kept 1 and female should be kept 4 females. So that means one male can mate with 4 females. As I already told you, a separate male organ is there, that is gonopodium, rod-like structure, through which the sperm is transferred into the female body. Internal fertilization takes place. The gestation period or incubation period inside the belly region is 4 to 6 weeks, that is 30 days. Around 30 days, 1 month period of time, the sperm and eggs are joined together, and to produce the young ones, this period is 1 month. Here you can see the video. Here you see the bottom one is female fish. You see the stomach is bulged. That's why it is called, it's a female fish. And you can see it goes to the aquatic plant. And you see the release. One young one is released. You are able to see in the video. You see some 50, 60 young ones are released by the female. And even one female can lay or release about 20 to 200 numbers of young ones. From one female of 5 to 6 centimeter size, you are able to get, I think that is 20 to 200 numbers, maximum 200 numbers. This is, you see, the top one is female, bulged male. After releasing of young ones, it becomes, the bulged belly becomes flat. So this is some of the cement tanks which can be used for ornamental fish rearing. Then I have already told in the video program, you can see that the 30 days gestation period, young ones are released. After 2 to 3 days, again the female again become pregnant, even without the contact of the male. You need not leave the males also. Without the contact of the male, 5 to 6 times, because the sperm transferred inside the fish belly region is alive. So some proportion of sperms are used for the egg fertilization, and after that it is in live condition. When once it started producing eggs, female producing eggs, again the live sperms in the belly region is used for the fertilization. So like that, one mating 5 to 6 times you can get the young ones. So in a year, it is possible to get 8 to 10 times. For example, the maximum are 100 numbers. If one female, if you are getting 100 numbers per breeding, that means if you are doing breeding for 10 times, 1000 numbers from one 6 centimeter size female, you can get it from 1 year. So this is about the live bearers. So live bearers, I told you, this is a startup. Anybody, any person who is interested to do ornamental fish breeding and culture, they can start with live breeding because it is very easy. Once they know the techniques, technology, how to breed, how to do the aquarium tank setup, everything, they know how to feed them. All these things, if they come to know, then they can go for high value ornamental fish breeding. So that any startup, any breeder, or anybody wants to do it, first you go ahead with the live bearing ornamental fish breeding and culture. Next, we are moving to the egg layers. So there are two broad categories. One is live bearers, we have discussed, and second one is egg layers. Under these egg layers, I have already told there are sub-classification, 5 sub-classification. The first one is egg scatterers. So they scatter the eggs. The egg may be adhesive. That is, adhesive means they may attach with some of the plants, semi-adhesive or non-adhesive. Sometimes it may not be adhesive also. They may straightly falling to the bottom of the fish. Here, the fishes, the parent fishes, don't show any parental care. If once the eggs are released, we have to remove the parents. Otherwise, what will happen is these parents will start eating the eggs. So some of the variants in the goldfish. This is common goldfish you are seeing, and SHUBUNKIN goldfish, comet. It's a comet-like fish. Then Fantail, you can see the tail is fan-like. That's why it's called Fantail. And VEILTAIL, the tail is flowing. That's why it's called VEILTAIL. This is another VEILTAIL. Then black Moor, you might have seen these type of fishes, black-colored goldfish. And telescopic eye. The eye is telescopic in nature. And ORANDA, you can see some of the growth on the head of the fish. This is called ORANDA. And lion head. Here also you are seeing the growth, but the growth is further going to the fully on the head. That's why it's called lion head. And pompons. This is another fish. You can see some of the growth on the above the eyes. And celestial fish. Here you see protruding eyes. Then bubble eye, the eyes are bubble. Then pearl scale, you see the scales are pearl in color. And these are some of the variants. And here also you can see the first picture, first picture, breeding tubercles. There are very minute white spots on the gill region. That is, if that breeding tubercles are present, it means that the fish is male. If this is absent, means that is female. So when the male and female are matured, means around 6 to 8 months, male and female of the goldfish are mature. These are some of the cement tanks we can use it. Once the fish get matured, before that you can set up a breeding tank. Very small cement tanks can be used. You put some of the aquatic plants. If you are not finding aquatic plants, you can go about this. Some of the nets can also be used. Spawning mopes are there that can be used. And you can see here also some of the tanks and koi carp. Almost the goldfish and koi carp breeding is similar. Koi carp only maturity is different. That is, koi carp matures at the age of 1 year. But in the case of goldfish, it matures 6 to 8 months. But all other breeding activities are similar. Here you can see the breeding video, you can see. So the female, the belly region is bulged. You can see the belly region is bulged. You can, what normally here, what they are doing is 2 males and 1 female. 2 males are required for 1 female. But in the case of live bearers, 1 male and 4 females. That is the difference. We are here because to fertilize the eggs of 1 female, 2 males milk is required. That's why we are going for 2 males. And here they are collecting the fish. When they are started chasing, this is egg. You are seeing the eggs, the released eggs. The female releases the eggs. You can see the small young ones, the fry comes out from the eggs. They are not able to move. They start moving. Until they are not moving, don't feed them. Only when they start moving, you have to feed them food. So the food and all, I will talk to you later. So this, you see the fry. So this is about the breeding of goldfish and koi carp. Then next comes the egg scatterers. Here you see the top one. The left one is rosipar and right top is also rosipar. But the difference here is when the male matured, rose color is attained. That's why the male rosipar is orange in color and female rosipar is somewhat yellowish color. In the bottom you are seeing tiger par, tiger like that. Some of this stratum is there. You can see. So here most of the ornamental fishes I already told you, the males are smaller, females are large, but males are very much attractive, females are less attractive than the males. And also for males, all the fins are somewhat larger than the females. Here the breeding nature here somewhat little different from the goldfish and koi carp. Here what is happening is this goldfish and koi carp will also eat the eggs once they release the eggs, but it will take some time. But in the case of rosipar and tiger par, what they will do is immediately after release of the eggs, they will start eating the eggs. That's why what we are doing is we have to keep lot of aquatic plants, some of the mesh screens, so that the eggs will be attached there, or these fishes cannot see the eggs. So if for that only this type of breeding setup should be done. So some of the other that is egg scatterers are danio. You are seeing danio. Here the bottom one is shark. So this is about the egg scatterers. So for each and every fish, they have a maturity size. Some fish attains maturity 6 to 8 months. Some fish attains maturity of 1 year. Even some attains 1.5 years. But we have to find out the male and female. So how to find out? Mostly females bulged belly, males are flat belly. But in the case of goldfish, you have to see both are bulged. But in the case of female, it is little larger bulged than the male fish. And in sometimes when they are fully matured, you can also press the abdomen slowly, very gently. You can press. When if it is a female, slightly some eggs are released. But in the case of male, milk is oozed out, white fluid is oozed out. So this is also indication that the males and females are mature. So for matured fish, that's why I have already told conditioning is very important. They should be brought into a condition that psychologically, physiologically, they are going to breed. That feel we should give. So when that feel should be given, only when we are selecting the matured male and female, only when we are giving a good feed, good live feed, or good nutritious feed, then only it will feel that they are going to breed. So that type of environment should be created for these egg scatterers. And when one person is well versed with live bearers, he can go to the breeding of the egg scatterers like goldfish. So this is about the egg scatterers. And the second category under egg layers is nest builders. I already told that they build nest. You see the photograph. Here air bubbles are there. So how the air bubbles are created? who is creating, whether male is creating the air bubbles or female is creating the air bubbles when they attain maturity. Mostly all these fighter fish attain maturity of 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 months period of time. When they attain maturity, what we have to is we have to separate male and female. We should not keep once they mature, we should not keep the female into the male tank, because the reason is they are already called fighter fish. So fighter means they fight with each other. That too, male will fight the female fish. So we have to remove that, and we have to keep in a small bottles, because these nest builders are the biggest advantage here is they don't need the dissolved oxygen. The water dissolved in the water is not required. The water dissolved in the water is required only for the live bearers, egg scatterers, and other type of fishes, what I am going to discuss with you. But in the case of nest builders, they don't need dissolved oxygen. They can take oxygen from the atmosphere. So that is the advantage. So we need not go for bigger tanks. We can go for very small, even for bottles, very, very small water bottles, Horlicks bottle, some type of bottles can be used for this. When matured condition, the male will start releasing the air bubbles. That means the male is ready for the breeding. So that is the indication one should know. So here also we must understand how the nest is built up. I already told they produce some saliva. The males produce the saliva. With the saliva, they create the air bubbles so that they are not breaking. The air bubbles are not breaking because of some saliva, some binding nature of the saliva. Then these type of fishes shows uniparental care. But in the case of egg scatterers, there is no parental care. There is not at all parental. No female parent or male parent or female parent will not care about that. But in the case of nest builder, uniparental care, that is uniparental care is by male fish. Here you see the top one is male fighter fish. The bottom one is female fighter fish. You can see the large fins and attractive, good, that is male fish. So generally ornamental fish breeders or aquarium hobbyists, they want only male fish. Here you can see the male and female. The male with large fins, you can see. And air bubbles are created by the male. And you see the male, you see the eggs. The eggs are, once the female releases the eggs, the male collect the eggs and keep in the air bubbles. You see that they are keeping in the air bubbles. You see, then after some period of time, from the eggs, young ones are released. You see, they start releasing, but they cannot swim. Only after some period of time, they can 2 or 3 days, they can start swimming. Then they will start taking the feed. Until they are not swimming, we should not feed them, because the reason is until they feed, they have some yolk sac in the belly region that will be utilized as nutritious food for the fish. This is again another nest builder you are seeing. This is a Gaurami. In Gaurami also males are larger. The fin is very larger and female is very short. And here you are seeing the air bubbles here. And I already told, while breeding any Gaurami or fighter fish, the male presses the belly region of the female. Then only the eggs are released. Eggs go to the air bubbles. Then the falling eggs are collected by the male and they are keeping in the air bubbles. And after some period of time, the fry are released. This is about nest builders. Then we are going to the egg depositors. So egg depositors. This is the third category under the egg layers. You are seeing that open. There are further, these egg depositors are categorized into two. One is open water spawners or substrate spawners, and another one is secretive spawners or cave spawners. So in the natural waters, in the natural reservoirs, the reservoir system, so what is happening is these type of fishes deposit the eggs on the surface. For example, open water means in the open water system, whether the stones are available or some substratum is available, some of the fishes, they release the eggs. You can see the top picture wherein the eggs are released, somewhat arranged on the rock. You are seeing that. This is open water spawners. But in the case of secretive spawners, they need some secret place. They will not release the eggs on the open area. They will find out some secret place, like some, in the case of aquarium breeders, what they normally do is they will use the flower pot. But in the case of natural, that is reservoirs or rivers, what is happening is these type of fishes search for some of the caves, and there they are releasing the eggs. And here the important differentiation is, here both parents are showing parental care. The care is given, both parents are giving parental care. In the case of egg scatterers, no parental care. Egg nest builders, uniparental care, that is male is taking the parental care. But in the case of egg depositors, both the male and female are involved in the care of these young ones, not only young ones, eggs also. How they are doing, what they are doing before release of the eggs. The both male and female clean the substratum, whatever may be the substratum, whether it is a stone or caves or flower pots, anything, whatever may be the substratum. First, what they will do is they will go to and select the site, and there they will clean the substratum, completely clean the substratum. Then after that, both the parents, both male and female parents, what they will do is they will do the fan action, that is using the pelvic fin. They will, the fan, why you are using the fan? Aeration. We are getting aeration. So similarly, the eggs should get aeration. So for that aeration, both the male and female using the pelvic fins, they are fanning the eggs. And after that, also what they are doing is, after releasing of the eggs, they are also doing mouthing, that is using their mouth. If any dirt particles are present around the eggs, they are removing it. So this is what they are doing in the egg depositors. Here you are seeing the typical example for egg depositor is angelfish. So here angelfish normally it matures 9 to 12 months period of time. And here the important one, as far as angelfish, oscarfish, discus is concerned, you cannot select parents. They go for natural pairing. That is called natural pairing. Here in the case of egg scatterers, goldfish, koi carp or nest builders, you can select the male and female. So this is like arranged marriage. For example, nest builders and for egg scatterers, you can arrange the both bride and groom, like that. Both male and female you can arrange. But in the case of angelfish, oscar and discus, you cannot arrange. This is like love marriage like. So what they will do is they will select their own partner. The male will select their own partner. What we have to do is, we have to, after 2-3 months period of time, fish grown, we have to keep it in one aquarium tank, 6 numbers or 12 numbers or 18 numbers, and each will become pair when they mature. That is 9 or 12 months. When they mature, they become each pair. So we have to, using the hand net, we have to collect the one pair, and then we have to put it in a small aquarium tank, wherein before that, wherein we have to keep a slanting positioned floor tile. A tile should be positioned slanting. You can see here, slanting position of the tiles. Here, female will start, as I already told, both male and female will clean the substratum, and after that, female start releasing, depositing the eggs. Here, not releasing the eggs, they will deposit eggs. You can see the third photograph top, the eggs are deposited on the surface of the tail, floor tiles. You can see here. So after that, they are fanning, doing mouthing, but in the case of the aquarium breeders, what they will do is, after this, they will collect the floor tiles and keep it in a small trough or something like that with potassium permanganate or methylene blue. So in order to avoid this fungal attack. So after 2 or 3 days period of time, the young ones are released. Then for the young ones, we have to give feed. This is the next one. This is Oscar. Here, what is the difference between Oscar and angelfish? Is only one difference. There we kept the tiles, floor tiles in slanting angle. The angel will deposit the eggs on the slanting angle. But in the case of Oscar fish, what is happening is here we have to spread the tiles on the substrate, tiles on the bottom of the tank. Here they will deposit the eggs. And third one, you can see discus. This is a costly fish. Discus is normally it matures 1.5 years to 2 years, and there are a lot of variants in the discus fish also. And you can see the eggs released. Here we have to keep the tiles in the slanting position, and after some period of time, young ones are released. And young ones, what is the first feed for young ones is the milk secreted by the discus body. The discus body, the fish discus, secretes some of the milk. So that milk is taken as first food for the young ones. So this is about the egg depositors. So the important fishes, I have discussed about the important fishes of the egg depositors. Then comes the mouth brooders. So this is already told. Mouth brooders means the brooding is the fertilization is happening inside the mouth. There are two type of mouth brooders. One is ovophile. That means here the male and female. The female releases the eggs in a pit. They will form a small pit in a system. For example, I am talking about the natural system like rivers. What they will do is they will normally make a pit, small pit like, and there they will release the eggs. The released eggs, what will happen is these eggs will be sucked by the female's mouth. They suck the eggs and keep it in their mouth, incubate in their mouth, even for 2 weeks period of time. If it incubates for 2 weeks period of time, they are not taking food. That is a very important character these mouth brooders are having. They are keeping it, they are releasing the eggs in the pit, then collecting the eggs and keeping it in the mouth. Incubation takes place in the mouth, and till the incubation period of almost for a 2-week period, what is happening is they are not at all taking the pit. Then after hatching, after eggs are hatched out, they are keeping for some time in the mouth. Then they are releasing. So that means ovophile mouth brooders is nothing but they are keeping the from eggs to fry stage. They are keeping in their mouth. But in the case of larvophile, what is happening is here the eggs are released and fertilization takes place in the water, not in the mouth. There in the case of ovophile, the fertilization takes place in the mouth. But in the case of not fertilization takes place in the mouth, the incubation is taking place in the mouth. But in the case of larvophile, the fries are released in the water. Only these fries are taken into the mouth of the mouth brooders. There it is from egg to fry. Here only fry are kept in the mouth. Here you can see the top first 2 photographs. Here you see the left one, male peacock cichlid, and another one is female peacock cichlid. And here you can see that the center photo is you can see the anal fin is with some egg spots. Egg spots are there. This is nothing but these egg spots are nothing but a false egg spots. This fish is a male fish, not a female fish. Why this is having this type of false egg dots or egg spots is when you see these type of fishes, I already told they release the eggs in the water. There's mouth brooders. After releasing of the eggs, when they see what is happening is when they see the male fish, the anal fin, they are seeing that there are some egg. They are seeing that is real eggs, but it is not real eggs. It is a dummy eggs. But seeing that it is a really real eggs, what they are doing is they are just touching that. So when they are touching, the milk is oozed out from the male. That is fertilizing the eggs. This is what happened. You can see the last bottom photograph of right. You can see some of the fries inside the mouth of the fish. Here you are seeing that arowana. You see the eggs. Eggs of arowana is bigger in size, and one arowana can lay about 20 to 50 eggs only. Here some of the arowana videograph. You can see this is a pair of arowana in an aquarium tank, and see the release of eggs. The female is releasing the eggs. You see the big size eggs. See, maybe around 30, 35 eggs, and you see the male is coming, and here you see male is collecting the eggs. You see, the male is collecting the eggs inside the mouth, and they are incubating. Here, female is not incubating. Only in some cases of fishes, female is incubating. In some cases, male is incubating. Here, you can see the fries are released, but with egg yolk. Big egg yolk. Each fry with egg yolk. So they are feeding the egg yolk attached with their body. So no need to give any feed to them. You can see. So now started, almost they have eaten the egg yolk. Now you see the fish without egg yolk. Then now we have to give the feed. Even it will eat cockroach. Any small fishes we can give them. This fish will eat. These are some of the cichlid fishes. You can see the different types of colors. In some of the cichlids, what is happening is when they are smaller in size, they are both are in very normal in color. When they become matured, male will become different color, female will become different color. This is about the breeding of the mouth brooders. I think I have the categories, 4 categories. I have already told the 5th category is egg barriers, and there are 5 subcategories under the egg layers. And so we discuss about the breeding of these fishes. So how they breed, and these are some of the live feeds. So normally what is happening is, I already told, when the fries are coming out from the body or when the fries are hatched out from the egg, we should not feed them for 2 to 3 days normally. And for 2 to 3 days, what they are taking the feed is the egg yolk attached with the fries they are taking. And after that, 2 to 3 days, they start swimming. When they start swimming, then only we should give them feed. So what is the first feed we can give? You can see the top left side is infusoria. This is infusoria. This can be easily cultured with boiled vegetables or potato, something like that. We can easily culture this Daphnia and infusoria. Then comes the second photograph is the Daphnia. This is a very, very important food. If you are giving this food, the fishes will grow very fast. And third one is Artemia. This is also again an important food. These 3 are very important for the fries to grow very fast. If we are giving these 3 feeds, we can go for collecting the infusoria, Daphnia, Artemia from the natural system, as well as we can also, what we can do is we can culture these 3 and we can feed them for the small ones. After some period of time, after 15-20 days, we can start giving formulated feed to these fishes, fries. Then the bottom 2, TP-FEX, and another one is bloodworms. These both are, I have already told, conditioning of the breeders. While conditioning the breeders, that is, we have to bring them physiologically and psychologically into a good condition. For that, these TP-FEX and bloodworms should be given. If you are giving these 2 feed, then the brood will be very good. The egg quality will be good. The young ones will be very good quality. Then another thing, what you are seeing the photograph, this is a feed mill, aqua feed mill. We have in our Directorate of Incubation and Vocational Training in Aquaculture, Muttukadu, we have this feed mill. Here we are preparing ornamental fish feed, edible fish carp feed, tilapia feed, and also we are doing a lot of research work, and research students are preparing their feed here, and we are supplying feed to the farmers also, and also ornamental fish producers. We are having color enhancing feeds, flower horn feeds, general ornamental fish feed. So these are some of the instruments, equipments we have in our directory. And you can see the natural color enhancers. Just see the left side, carrot and pumpkin and marigold flower. So these can also be used to enhance the color. But normally what people do is they will go for artificial astaxanthin, beta carotene, canthaxanthin, these type of already available synthetic color enhancers they are going for. We can also go for carrot, pumpkin and marigold. And this is the guppy. Guppy, the feed formulation for the guppies. You can see here wheat bran, fish meal, soybean meal, skimmed milk, buttermilk powder. These all can be used for these guppy. And platy and swordtail, you can go for fish meal, wheat bran, and sometimes we can go for bread crust also. And so for egg layers, you can go for shrimp meal, fish meal, soybean meal, rice polishings, wheat bran, fish oil, vitamin, marigold, petal meal, ethoxyquin. This is an antioxidant which can be used. And some of the wheat flour, we can go for beef liver, shrimp meal, fish oil. So some of the feed formulations I have given. And this is about my presentation. If you have any queries, you can always contact us. You can come to our center to get feed also. Ornamental fish feeds are available. You can get it. And this is about my presentation. If you have any clarifications, you are welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for this enlightening and thought-provoking presentation. And to know about the different ornamental fishes and their characteristics, that was really nice, a very important session for the participants as well. So I will just read out the questions one by one, sir, and you can give the answers, sir. Yeah. The first question is from Ramakrishnan from GNC. Crossbreeding can be done between two different fighter fish species?
Crossbreeding. Yes, we can do it.
Okay,
crossbreeding is possible, but the thing is, when we do crossbreeding, whether we are getting good, attractive fish or not, that is very important. The selection of the parents are very important in the case of crossbreeding.
Okay, sir. And the next one is from Dr. Rathod. Period of breeding ornamental fish.
Period of breeding ornamental fish, it depends on fishes. For example, I told you for live bearing ornamental fishes, for platy, swordtail or guppies, all these things, it is minimum 4 to 6 months period of time. That is a maturity. They got maturity only after 4 to 6 months. In the case of goldfish, it is 6 to 8 months. In the case of gold koi carp, it may be 8 to 12 months. In the case of discus, Oscar, it may be 1.5 years to 2 years. So it all depends upon the fish species what we are selecting.
Okay, sir. There's one more question from Selva Kumar Sundarraj. In the laboratory under captivity, we provide the optimum condition, therefore the survival rate is high. But in the natural conditions, so many factors influence the life. How do they maintain in wild?
Natural environment. That's why the population, it's all survival. If the condition persists in the natural environment is good, they will thrive. If not, they will certainly they will. There is it cannot thrive. But in the culture condition, what we are providing is in order to maintain the good survival of the fish, good growth of the fish, we are keeping optimum conditions. But in the case of reservoirs or rivers, natural environment, if the environment is good, they will flourish. If not, they will die.
Okay, sir. Another question from Sesha. So what is the scope for home-based small-scale business models of ornamental fish breeding? If one decides to set up a business in their home or backyard, etc., how much space would be required for?
Even one can have it in the terrace also or the garden side. we cannot say space, even within very small space. If you are able to keep up 1 meter, 3 feet dia tanks of 3 to 4 tanks, then it will be okay. But the thing is, only we should have some tie-up with the marketing. The marketing is very important. We can have it as a hobby, but if we want to do it as a commercial basis, we can even women can involve, children can involve in the breeding also. This is possible. And what we can do is we should have some tie-up, and also we have to maintain the quality of the fish. It should be of attractive nature and colorful nature. That's why then only the ornamental fish will fetch. So even if you have some 1 cent area or half cent area also, we can go for. It all depends.
Okay, sir. There's one more question. What is the size of the feed for the larvae? If larger size feed is given, does it accept?
It will not accept. Actually, the feed what we are giving should be according to the mouth size. That is very important. If you are not giving to the mouth size, what is happening is these feed will not be taken by the fish, and ultimately what will happen is this will pollute the water. When the water is polluted, the fish will die. So what is the optimum size of this is very micron size for fry. The very 100 micron size of the fish feed should be given for the fry size.
Okay, sir. And there's one more question, sir. Trichogaster lalius have both food and ornamental values. So what makes them to be edible?
Edible is giant. That is giant gaurami is there. That is practice that is cultured in Southeast Asian countries, not in India. But giant gaurami, they are using it edible purpose. For some of the gauramis, honey gaurami is there, blue gaurami is there. These are all mainly for the ornamental purpose. Those which are growing very smaller in size are used for ornamental purpose, and also they are colorful, then we are using it for ornamental. Those growing very, that is, even if they can attain some 250 grams to 500 grams, then they are used for edible purpose.
Okay, the last question, sir. The fecundity is always very low. So do they have any special adaptations to overcome in the natural habitat?
Fecundity is not very always low. Again, we cannot say that it is not applicable to all the ornamental fishes. For example, Arowana, the fecundity is very less. But in the case of koi carp, it can release even up to 1 lakh eggs. The eggs can release. For goldfish, it can release 5,000 to 10,000, 20,000 eggs it can release. So only some of the fishes, they are releasing small numbers, and some of the fishes there. So that's why in natural environment, those who are releasing more number of eggs, those who are having fecundity, they are plenty in numbers. Those who are having less fecundity, they are less in numbers. That's a natural population.
Okay, sir.
Rebecca, there's 2 more questions. I think you can take them.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. There's one more question, sir, from Ramakrishnan GNC. So can 2B flex worms can be cultured in home for home-based fish culture?
Which one?
Can 2B flex worms can be cultured in home for home-based fish culture?
That is little difficult. TB flex is little difficult. That is, we should have some running water systems. It is little expensive. That's why people are going for collecting the TB flex. And for home-based aquarium or home-based ornamental fish breeding, I think it is not advisable.
Okay, sir. One more question, sir. So do we need any permission from government for starting fish breeding and culture for both small and large-scale culture? From Mars Shahik.
Yeah, we should get it. We should always approach the fisheries department. Near fisheries department, we have to approach and get the permission from them, and then they can start the ornamental fish breeding.
Okay, sir. And one more question, sir. So from Sangram Keshari Pandey. Suggest some training institutions for ornamental fish breeding. Is it affordable for fish breeding towards a common man?
Yeah, training programs you can go to our website, Tamil Nadu Dr. J. Jayalalitha Fisheries University website. There we have different around 40 centers in Tamil Nadu, and in most of the centers they are giving training on ornamental fish breeding and culture.
Okay, sir.
Even
So,
they can approach our center also.
okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for answering the question so patiently. So we have come to the end of the session. So I request Dr. S. Venu, Assistant Professor from the PG and Research Department of Advanced Zoology and Biotechnology, to propose the vote of thanks. Sir, please.
I deemed it a privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this national webinar on ornamental fish breeding and culture, which is organized by PG and Research Department of Advanced Zoology and Biotechnology. First and foremost, we could like to thank our resource person, Dr. N. Felix, Director, Directorate of Incubation and Vocational Training in Aquaculture, Tamil Nadu, Dr. J. Jayalalitha Fishery University, Muttukadu, Chennai, for readily accepting our invitation and sparing his valuable time with us. Our sincere thanks to General Secretary and Correspondent Sardar Majid Singh Nair sir, our beloved Principal Dr. M.G. Raghunathan sir, for their constant support to conduct wonderful webinars like this. I am very much grateful to the convener Dr. J. Jayanthi Madam, Dean Research, Guru Nanak Center for Research and HOD, for her motivation and encouragement. Thank you, Madam. I profusely thank Mr. Sendul Vairavan, Assistant Professor, for technical support and introducing the chief guest of today's national webinar. I thank Ms. Rebecca Vaishali, PH Research Scholar, for hosting this national webinar. Special thanks to Vice Principal Student Affairs, Vice Principal Shift 2, Deans of all schools, heads and faculty members of various departments of Guru Nanak College for their support. I thank all the participants for their active participation. Once again, I thank you one and all.
Thank you very much, sir. So the participants, the e-certificates will be mailed by tomorrow morning to those who have submitted